Hey, this is David. Today we're going to show you how to fix a cooktop element that won't heat on a Whirlpool electric range. This could be happening because of a faulty element, a damaged element receptacle, or even a malfunctioning switch. Let's work together to find out where the bad part is and how we can fix it. Before we get started, hit those like and subscribe buttons if you want to join our repair community and get notified each time we post a new video guide. With over 2 million products in stock and the know-how to help you do it yourself, we are AppliancePartsPros.com. First, we're going to get our tools together. Today, we'll need a multimeter, Phillips head screwdriver, wire strippers, wire nuts, and electrical tape. And please remember to always keep safety first. Unplug your range or switch off the circuit breaker to cut the power before working on it so you can keep yourself safe. The receptacle is sometimes called a terminal block, and it's the most common culprit when the element isn't heating. We're going to remove the element and the drip pan and then use a Phillips head screwdriver to remove the single screw that's holding the receptacle. You want to take a look inside the plug and see if there are any burn marks where the element has been arcing. And what about the wiring? Do you see any burn marks there? If you see any, you'll know that the receptacle needs to be replaced. When you replace the receptacle, you can go ahead and replace the element too. If there are scorch marks in the receptacle, there will definitely be burned and pitted marks on the element terminals. If you've checked the receptacle and the wiring looks good, then we need to check the voltage going to the receptacle. For this test, the range needs to be plugged in and powered on. Please be careful to protect yourself from electrical shock, which has the potential to cause serious injuries. Don't ever test live voltage if you're uncomfortable using a multimeter. Then we can set a multimeter to AC voltage. You're going to put one probe in one slot of the terminal block and the other probe in the other slot, then turn the switch on. If your multimeter reads 240 volts AC, then your switch is sending the right amount of voltage to the element. If the voltage isn't correct, there's either incorrect voltage going to the switch, or the switch is defective and not sending the right amount of voltage to the element. If the other elements are working, then there is most likely a problem with the switch. If the switch is good, we can move on to test the element. Welcome to the next section. If you're here, then that means you found out that your switch is good and you're still trying to find out what's going wrong in the range. If the voltage to the receptacle is good, we can unplug the range or turn the breaker off. You'll need to set your multimeter to the resistance setting, which is measured in ohms. This multimeter doesn't have a low resistance setting, so we're going to use the continuity setting. Then use the meter probes to check across the two terminals of the element. You should see 20 to 40 ohms displayed on the meter. If the reading is out of range, or you see a defect in the coil, then you'll need to replace the element. Since the receptacle on the surface element of this particular range model is faulty, we'll need to replace it. If you found out that yours had the same problem, let's go through the steps to remove it and install a new one. We're going to remove the element and the drip pan and then use a Phillips head screwdriver to remove the single screw that's holding the receptacle. If you need to, you can raise the top. Most will lift up and lock into position, which can make the replacement a little easier. The new receptacle kit might come with a full length of wiring that goes all the way back to the switch. If it does, you can cut about 6 inches off the old wiring and splice in the new receptacle. You'll need to use ceramic wire nuts and electrical tape to secure the splice. Then snap the receptacle block into the metal holder. Here's the old surface element receptacle, and here's the new one. If you've already got one, great. If not, you can pick one up at AppliancePartsPros.com. Once you've spliced in the new receptacle using the ceramic wire nuts and electrical tape, insert the new terminals into the receptacle block. Keep in mind that they go in one way. Now, you can lower the top and put it back into position. You need to use the single screw to secure it to the top, then put the drip pan in. Once you insert the element, you're done. Don't forget to plug your electric range back in or turn that breaker back on. Once you've found the faulty part, whether it was the surface element, receptacle, or something else, grab your model number and head over to AppliancePartsPros.com to order a replacement. Should arrive in just a few days. After you get your new part, we'll walk you through the installation. Share your repair experience with us by leaving a comment below. And if this video helped you, hit the like and subscribe buttons to see more videos like this. Say goodbye, David. Goodbye.